Killer Quill, a Visitoroverse novella by Shida Ketsa. Quill chose an auspicious summer night to assassinate Empress Núñez.
The assassin hung above a burly palace sentry, her grip straining on the cold marble ledge. Guards never bothered to look up.
Granted, a 5-story drop was between her and this man. This was his lucky night. As Quill never relished taking a life she was not paid to end.
The gloomy sprawl of the capital shrouded in a cold smog slumbered below. Yet the air atop the imperial hill was clean, wafting the sweet scent of night jasmine from the manicured gardens.
A cool breeze caressed her cheeks. Behind her loomed the 3 golden domes, casting a garish glow on the alabaster wistaria's chapel.
Twin 8-story towers spearing the somber sky flanked the imperial palace.
The fortress walls, teeming with obsidian spires, evoked monstrous jaws poised to swallow the palace whole.
It was even more daunting than she remembered from 10 years ago, a past that still haunted her dreams. Quill pulled up the hood of her jet-black coat with her free hand. Her fingertips brushed the rainbow-coloured scarf, tucked inside the collar for rare emergencies.
She inhaled, draining the color from a banner rippling nearby. A ribbon of amber mist snaked from the frolic toward her.
She visualized the glittering mist fastening like a rope around the corners above. The mist obliged.
She gripped her improvised rope and rappelled down to a darkened 3rd-story window, landing on the balcony railing quieter than a ghost.
The rope disintegrated. Her breath plumed in front of her. Summer meant little here.
She almost missed the relentless blaze of the never-setting sun scorching the vast sandy expanse of her homeland, Beck.
But on this side of the planet, Beck was synonymous with damnation, a curse word. Quill unclenched her white-knuckled fists. She was not here to settle scores.
Keeping a cool head was vital in her profession. Emotions could get her killed.
And she had already died once.
No, her reason for accepting only high-profile missions was not that the targets usually deserved to die, or that her mysterious patrons paid her a fortune.
She craved the racing of her pulse at the kiss of danger, her brush with death, the intoxicating thrill that made her feel alive. She pressed her nose to the keyhole of the gilded window and breathed in the stale air, siphoning tendrils of dye from a turquoise cushion on the window bench inside.
Shades of blue were not sturdy enough to support weight, but were deft instead. At her command, the turquoise tendrils slithered into the keyhole and worked the tumbler. The lock clicked just before the dye was spent and dissipated into the air.
She cracked open the window and listened.
The only sound besides the pounding of her heart was the faint hum of music and laughter emanating from the banquet hall on the other side of the palace. Parties were frequent at the western wing.
The nobility had little else to do than flaunt their wealth where it stood out the least, as those enormous ballroom chandeliers flashed more gemstones and gold than all the guests combined. Dank air enveloped her as she slipped inside the room.
A tomb for forgotten pieces of art, it teemed with sculptures, rolled-up rugs and furniture shrouded in dusty sheets, offerings the palace received in a steady stream from the nobility and foreign dignitaries.
Threading her way through, Quill came face to face with a life-size alabaster sculpture of the Empress's uncle, Archduke Sadist, albeit bearing a smoother face and a less hooked nose.
A long-buried memory resurfaced, raising bitter bile in her throat. Her manacled hands clawing at the bedposts, the honed edge of a dagger cold against her skin, the tang of smoldering incense searing her nostrils, ring-laden fingers digging into her hip, holding her down, pain lancing up her body as the blade lacerated her flesh, the warm gush of blood coursing down her chest, the clanking of chains as her body writhed in agony, her screams ringing hollow in her ears.
She slapped a palm over her mouth, dispelling the image back to the cold, dim storage room.
An assassin could not afford to let an echo of a forgotten past shatter her hardened veneer. She took a deep, calming breath and composed herself. Opening the door but a crack, She peered into the hallway beyond.
All was quiet outside, if not within. Quill crept through a maze of austere corridors.
Though the palace layout was etched into her mind, 10 years on, she could not be certain the interiors had remained the same.
She located the gaslit drawing room and slipped inside. A riot of colours assailed her, chains of faceted sapphire dangling from the blown glass chandeliers,
and the coffered ceiling dense, with gilded carvings of fish and frothing waves.